Jumping to another issue, popular culture is something I love to talk about. In her day, she was exciting, whatever her name was. I don't know her real name. Madonna, some Madonna. It's a disgrace to the Catholic Church. Here she goes to a religious country like Turkey, and she big. Does that not disgust you? Not for what she showed. Who cares? Doesn't it disgust you that an old woman would think she's sexy and do a thing like that? The best article on this was written by Liz Smith, who is a gossip columnist. You say, well, you don't read. I do. I read everything. And Liz Smith really nailed Madonna to a cross, I must tell you. I mean, we can just take a little break from the politics for a minute, because my head's getting too hot. I'm getting brain fever from talking about Obama and Holder. Where is this? Oh, here. Oh, do give it a rest, Madonna. Liz Jones? Oh, Liz Jones. Liz Jones. Oh, do give it a rest, Madonna. At 53, all you're exposing is your desperation. Liz Jones. Watching Madonna live on stage in Istanbul was a little like being assaulted by the cast of Dad's Army performing a Chippendales routine. I don't know what that means. I don't know what Dad's Army is. Madonna, who is 53 years old and a mother several times over, stripped off, flashing her right breast at the audience. Do we really need to see superannuated former sex symbols flaunting their erogenous zones? Nicely put. And then she goes on and says, I had thought the close-up, slow panning by BBC cameraman of 60-something Grace Jones's oiled thighs and scantily covered crotch at the Jubilee concert was bad enough. But the flaunting by Madonna of her right nipple on stage in Turkey really took the biscuit. She thinks she is being shocking when in fact she is being boring. We've seen it all before. Madonna is determined to convince us and herself that being in her 6th decade does not mean she is no longer a sexual, desirable being. Well, I'm sorry, love, but it does. It's over. The referee has blown his whistle, and the checkered flag has come down. That's good. That's good writing. Good writing. She goes on and says, you might think I'm all for women in their 50s acting as though they're in their raunchy, carefree 20s, given that I've had a facelift. I applaud the fact that Madonna has not let herself go, blah, blah, blah. Bluntly, though, nudity at the age of 53 is not just gratuitous, it's gruesome. It's gruesome. And she goes on, and it's pathetic. How did they get away with this, I wonder? Who goes to... Is it better if older women feel we should believe the illusion and measure up to Madonna, who strains every nerve and sinew to convince the world she's a bendier, feistier, leaner, better version of her young self? And etc. It's an interesting question. Very interesting. But why they would have her in Israel and Turkey, I don't know. Well, Israel's not a religious country. Israel's a secular nation. So it's a wake-up call, she says. That is what made Madonna's latest striptease so pitiful. Okay? The hole was in her soul. The hole was in her soul. And what are you going to do about it? Nothing. When people stop paying money to see old hags like this, they'll stop performing.